We've all had that moment in a game where we slow down to enjoy an interaction with a companion. Whether they're fighting beside us or talking to us over a radio, companion characters can make a huge difference in our experience of games. Through gameplay, dialogue, and their emotional presence, these characters can guide moral decisions, deepen our immersion, and make stories feel all the more personal. So today, we're going to talk about a few video game companions who exemplify how powerful companions can be. Up first is Kitsuragi from Disco Elysium. Kim is the perfect counterbalance to Harry. He's grounded, calm, and completely professional, while Harry is none of those things. Upon first meeting him, he comes across as reserved and serious, a man who is dedicated to his work. But as time passes, cracks begin to show that reveal him to be a deeply compassionate and principled person. Kim opens up to Harry, sharing parts of his personal history. What begins as a strictly professional partnership gradually builds into something much more warm and genuine. Less co-workers, much more like friends. The relationship builds slowly and deliberately. Kim doesn't just support Harry, he supports the player. You feel his presence in every decision that you make, and you don't want to disappoint him. It's a very interesting experience, and it's a testament to how well written he is. In a world loaded with chaos, this bond feels steady and meaningful, offering care, support, and charm. Next, let's talk about Ellie from The Last of Us. Ellie and Joel's relationship begins as a reluctant partnership and develops into something resembling family. Ellie, despite being a traumatized child navigating a brutal world, finds ways to inject much-needed humor, curiosity, and charm into even the bleakest moments. Her playful energy complements Joel well, slowly breaking through his tough exterior and reminding him of the daughter he lost. For the player, this bond creates immense emotional weight. Playing as Joel, protecting Ellie feels important. Not just for survival, but for both of these characters' emotional well-being. Every action carries responsibility because Ellie's safety is your responsibility. Interestingly enough though, Ellie is never portrayed as helpless. She helps Joel in combat, she finds items in the environment, and she supports him through impossible odds. And when Joel is injured during the winter chapter, Ellie steps up, proving herself to be a capable and resilient companion. It provides a powerful glimpse into the protagonist she would later become in The Last of Us Part 2. Next is Varric from Dragon Age 2 and Dragon Age Inquisition. Varric is a companion in Dragon Age 2 and Dragon Age Inquisition, and in both games he brings a wonderful mix of charm, humor, and combat expertise. In worlds filled with war, loss, and political turmoil, Varric is really a breath of fresh air. His optimism and humor cut through the tension and darkness without ever undermining the seriousness of it all. Varric is thoughtful, intelligent, and deeply experienced. He's someone who understands people equally as well as he understands battle. Varric knows when to push, when to support, and when to joke. No matter the game, no matter the protagonist, his presence feels grounding and reassuring, making him one of the most consistently comforting companions in gaming. Next, let's talk about Dina from The Last of Us Part 2. Have you ever noticed that a lot of companions in video games don't pull their weight in combat? Well, Dina does not fall into that group at all. She's completely capable, taking on enemies with confidence and adapting to your playstyle, whether you're charging into combat or maintaining stealth. Emotionally, Dina plays an arguably even more vital role. She serves as the moral compass for Ellie, and for the player. Her genuine reactions, be it grief or horror, serve as a reminder to the player that there is serious collateral damage to Ellie's actions, and she's often the only person Ellie truly listens to. Dina has Ellie's back, but she also knows when to gently challenge her, setting boundaries when things start to spiral out of control. There's deep respect between them, and genuine love. Dina's steady, compassionate presence may be the only thing capable of pulling Ellie out of her descent into vengeance, making their relationship one based in quiet strength and emotional gravity. Next, let's talk about Parvati from The Outer Worlds. Lawful good companions often risk being boring. They're usually very rigid, predictable, and overly moralistic. Parvati completely defies this stereotype. She thoughtfully questions violence, encourages empathy, and acts as a moral guide without feeling preachy or boring. Parvati is sweet, awkward, and endlessly charming, with an almost overwhelming amount of empathy, extending her compassion not just to people, but even inanimate inanimate objects. Beyond Parvati's emotional warmth, she is also incredibly capable, boasting very valuable engineering skills and lockpicking expertise. She feels realistic in a way that many companions don't, and her realism makes her stand out among more exaggerated or overpowered allies and companions. Next is Delilah from Firewatch. So Delilah never appears on screen. She never fights alongside you, and in fact there's no combat in Firewatch at all. And yet, she's one of the most impactful companions on this list. Delilah is your constant voice over the radio, a confidant, a guide, and an emotional anchor in the remote wilderness. She reacts to events as they occur, offers advice, offers jokes, expresses concerns, and really provides moments of vulnerability. She's complex, flawed, and emotionally guarded, a lot like Henry. Their conversations feel natural and intimate, revealing shared struggles and offering each other new perspectives. Even without physical presence, Delilah feels very close, proving that companionship doesn't require proximity to still be powerful. Finally, we have Nadine from Uncharted: The Lost Legacy. Chloe and Nadine do not begin as friends. At best, they're business partners who reluctantly kind of trust each other. Chloe's reasons for working with Nadine are obvious. She's extremely skilled, capable of taking down multiple enemies easily, and her background as a mercenary gives her a strategic, observant mindset that makes her very valuable in high-risk situations. As time passes, their relationship evolves. Their shared experiences and growing mutual respect begin to replace the tension, and they learn to see past their initial differences. They start to gain an appreciation for each other's strengths, and their banter becomes much more playful and even intimate at times. There's an undeniable chemistry between these two that hints at something more, though it remains open to interpretation. One thing is certain: together, Chloe and Nadine form an incredibly powerful and compelling duo. From partners to moral anchors, these companions prove that meaningful relationships are at the heart of the most powerful stories in gaming. Through trust, conflict, and care, these relationships turn video game experiences into deeply personal journeys. And they aren't the only ones. Let me know in the comments who you think are the best companions in video games, not just for their combat skills, but also for their emotional depth and what they bring to the story. Let's talk about it in the comments. If you like more content like this, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.